Let's go ahead and open up the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Henry County Commission, Henry County, Missouri, Tuesday, November 25th, 2025, 16th day of the October term. The Henry County Commission met pursuant to adjournment of the courthouse in Clinton, Missouri. Those members present were Jim Stowe, presiding commissioner, Mark Larson, North District Commissioner, Jake Bradley, South District Commissioner, Kelly Merritt, County Clerk. Due to the courthouse being closed, commissioners met briefly to approve payroll and bills. At 9 a.m., Commissioner Stone brought the meeting to order. The minutes from the Thursday, November 20th, 2025 meeting were read. Commissioner Bradley made a motion to approve the minutes. Commissioner Larson seconded the motion. Motion carried. Expenditures for the following departments were approved to be paid: payroll, emergency management, prosecuting attorney, assessor, admin, handling costs, sheriff, revolving fund, and LATF. At 9:28 a.m., Commissioner Larson made a motion to adjourn the meeting. Commissioner Bradley seconded. Motion carried.
You're right. Entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Motion been made and seconded to approve minutes as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Get this little stack of bills out of the way. First thing that I'm going to give you is the recorder's fee sheets for the month of November, and then the bills. Yesterday I came up here, we had a LERF board meeting up here, and
I'm sorry.
the
A what?
LERF, Law Enforcement Restitution Fund,
Oh, okay.
the air conditioner was set on 61 to cool.
Is it cold in here?
A little chilly.
It's snowing in here too.
Yeah.
You had to turn it.
It wouldn't kick on. And so I had to get a hold of Chris, and I don't know whether he reset it or eventually just kicked on or it was froze up or I don't know, but halfway through the meeting it finally started blowing hot air.
This one, I turned it up. Then when it kicked on, I turned on heat quite a bit. It was starting to cool down.
This morning?
Yeah.
It should have been on like 72 or 73 because that's where I
No,
left it
it wasn't.
yesterday.
It was 60. It was 69. But anyway, when I kicked it on,
Well,
maybe
who's coming in here and messing with the air conditioner? Because I left it there yesterday. I'm comfortable right now.
well,
It was cold in here. I mean, it was cold yesterday.
So you didn't feel bad
Okay.
whenever I
It
stepped in
went
here.
back to 70. I'd set it on 73 and somebody had changed.
The settings shouldn't change.
Oh, it's supposed to stay there.
Unless your thermostat's messed up.
I'm told. It's Bruce.
It's late.
Bruce.
Morning, Bruce.
Morning. Caught up in the assessor's office.
Okay.
I had to justify my tax bill.
Alright. Let's see what we got here.
I got too many calendars. You got 24,
Yeah, underneath the 25.
24, 25, and 26.
I need to tear down to 26.
Better stay in December of 25 yet.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use mine, I think.
That one's
It'll be a
January.
little better. Yeah, I know what I wanted something. It might be better because ink. It's up there. Vince?
Yeah. Oh, we're supposed to.
Hmm? Yeah, we stopped there.
Geez.
What'd you do?
I didn't do nothing.
Kelly, you just went over there and done something.
One thing I did was make the baby not move.
Or that would have fucked you up.
Oh, it's so funny.
The only thing that I have a feel that I know it's not doing is working properly.
Huh?
The only thing I know it's doing is not working properly.
Yeah, well,
What?
knowledge, oh, you get the knowledge, get that from him for another year.
Yeah, I gotta get
Get that done.
too.
I think we have a 9:30 with Schmidt's office, is that right?
Yeah, no, 10:30.
No, 10:30 is with Chuck.
Yeah, I think you're right.
10 o'clock for Doug. 10 o'clock, I knew, yeah. 10:30 with Chuck.
Yes. Whilst I finish up what I'm doing. This has been a topic of discussion, we knew it would be. Jake came and seen me about it yesterday. That is an excerpt straight out of our handbook. Regarding how the county is going to handle the emergency closure of the courthouse and employee pay. The handbook doesn't address it.
There is a 1 day in February.
I know
Does
it,
it mean a thing?
but here we've been told, well, that's what the handbook says about snow days. Well, no, it doesn't.
No, it's not.
So,
How many days was it?
it was 2.5.
2.5.
Or two and a partial. Not everybody left at the same time, so it'll be 2 and some hours. I know Miami was here until 3:00. But there was others that left very early in the day.
Told you.
You're not gonna like my comment then.
Huh?
You're not gonna like my comment then. I think we should pay him. It's on us if it happens. We didn't know it was gonna happen, but it's on us.
I agree. Honestly, it was no fault of theirs.
Right.
So you can't punish them for not being able to come to work. And I will say, if this would have been, if we would have been painting latex on the walls, then I would have said, you can't paint the whole. But this was understandable. I mean,
Right. The severity of the odor was.
the
very
second day I seen him
Yeah.
really, but it brought back memories that you don't want to be down there, you don't want to be around it. And then the last day, it was.
Yeah, the last day was
It
was
horrible.
rough.
I gave up
Well, you
the
said it was
already.
gonna be worse.
Yeah,
It was worse.
It
You can
was.
confirm. When
Yeah.
you walked in the building, your eyes
yeah,
burned.
it does, it burns rough. But it's, I mean, it's the nature of the beast. You can't, you're trying to solve one issue
Yeah.
and then another one happens. I mean, it's everybody in there didn't ask us or tell us or say, oh, yeah, that's cool, let's do that. So I think we should, I think it's fair.
Yeah. I mean, that's my thing. If it was now bringing this up, snow days. That's still we need to address that
The
too,
same
right?
thing.
You do need to address that. You know, if you have a snow day, and which is where I could see if the courthouse is open, somebody comes in because of this, or doesn't come in because of the snow, that's on them.
Yeah.
Clearly from the handbook. Otherwise, that's your guys' decisions.
And in past, we've handled it to where if we've closed it because of snow, it was a vacation day, or their discretion, correct?
It's been done differently.
Yes, it is. That's what I've always said. That's the thing.
The only thing that the handbook addresses is if the courthouse stays open and you do not show up to work,
Then you have to use it.
then you have to use your stuff. It does not address what happens if the
It
commissioners decide to close the courthouse due to snow.
And it doesn't address individual offices that close their office and send everybody. Because that's,
Well, that wouldn't be yours to address.
I would say that's on
officer's
the-
to address.
then
That's-
they can say whether they're going to pay.
That's actually,
That is tough.
because I'm just using myself as an example. Or even Kelly, even you, we live a ways away from
Right.
it. But I'm not worried about driving anywhere. I mean, it's gotta be bad before I'm not gonna get out in it. But in saying that, that doesn't mean if we've got an elderly lady that works there, I don't want her feeling like she has to come here and get hurt in the process.
Right.
So I don't know, honestly, if you can actually address it. I mean, it may have to be just a thing where, like, if we decide we're gonna close the courthouse, then at
Pay everybody.
at that point, we decide, like, it's really terrible out, and we're sitting there and it's getting really, really bad. Then, okay, yeah, people should get paid for that. That's not their fault. But on the same breath, I mean, just if it's, 2 inches of snow and somebody's afraid to drive, that's actually on them.
Which is kind of, I think, how it addresses
Yeah.
it. If I'll be honest with you, the commissioners don't close the courthouse for 2 inches of snow. It just doesn't happen. I mean,
Right.
it takes a lot of bad weather for them to close the courthouse.
Right.
It's not just something that happens. But if I felt like I didn't want to get on the roads, I'd call and say,
So
hey,
you
I'm
go-
not making it, knowing I was taking a vacation day,
Right.
So, and
Let your conscience be your guide.
so the commissioners closing the courthouse for snow is not real common. It's not
I wouldn't
something.
think so.
So what we
Yeah.
did it twice last year,
Yeah,
I think.
Right. And once
Years-
was because of ice. It
Yeah.
was not snow at that point.
Yeah,
It
ice I
wasn't
would
even
agree.
safe in the parking lots.
Well, I say last year.
Now,
I mean,
where do
whenever
you- where do
we
you draw?
stepped in.
what do you do with the deputies and then the road and bridge people that work?
Well, honestly, the deputies need to be out no matter what.
They're gonna be
They're
out no
essential
matter what.
employees.
Yeah, they
That's-
are.
And road
Yeah.
and bridge
Road and
is
Then do you
Pretty
pay
much.
all of them double time? Yeah.
It wouldn't be a holiday.
Huh?
It wouldn't be a holiday. That's there's.
That's what I'm just saying.
That's the difference between here and there.
Yeah, road and bridge and sheriffs,
Okay,
they signed up for that. They know that going in. A sheriff knows there's gonna be.
I think that ought to be clarified, because you're gonna hear about it.
That's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah,
Because I've been in that situation, I know what to say.
Now,
And I went both ways on it, but the thing is, then when you close it, you may officially close it, it's really shutting everything down. Road and bridge would be one of them too. Unless you gotta separate things.
well, does road and bridge
Yeah.
push snow?
just during that year, I think.
The parking lots, and we pay them extra to come in early to push snow and clean the parking lots before we get here. Cause I'd rather have it cleaned
Oh, yeah,
before
yeah.
any cars come in. And that's what's happened over the years, and we do it in the jail and do it all. So, but that being said, I know how situation is. And used to, before 2000, when we had a big snow in
17?
2012,
Was it 12?
one of the two.
17 we had,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, and then we had that record snow, because that, everybody, we sent everybody home, and that was noon. We had 10 inches or better, but anyway, it's still, you're running into some issues, different ones. Where was that? I was here all day then. But you had to do it.
he was here all day, courthouse, working.
Between that and over to City Hall, because I had to go there and have a declaration.
For the
Kelly
emergency
then,
center.
yeah. Because I didn't know anything about that. Well, it was 11, because then Kelly called me and said, hey, you're supposed to be over here. But I remember, you remember that one too. But anyway, it's nice to have a clarified.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you just, whatever it is.
And it
if
has to
it's-
be consistent,
Yeah.
you know.
if courthouse closed, they paid.
Well, Jim, the courthouse closed due to an emergency situation this week. Did it affect the road and bridge and the sheriff's office?
Oh, really? That's the way of me. But you can have one office closed and the rest of them not bother. If something would happen there too.
Well,
It could be a possibility.
Well, I can tell you right now, my office is closing the day after Christmas.
Yeah.
And what if the courthouse is open? My office is closed the day after Christmas, regardless. But my girls know that means they have to take a vacation day. So, I mean, that's not anything new. That's not nothing you guys can.
That's what I've always done.
control.
But
Right.
But if you close the courthouse, that's where the difference is.
that's it.
That's not anybody else's office. You guys are in control of the courthouse.
So what's the best thing to do?
Oh, I'm not making an opinion on that. It's definitely something that needs to be addressed.
Yeah. Otherwise, like I say, just everybody wants to go to work. They're just, that's
Also,
sorry.
88.
You're gonna get.
I see your point.
So, they'll be going to closed session around 10:30. I'm not sure about that. Since it was reviewed,
I wonder if it's some way I ought to talk to all the office holders and get their.
That's fine.
So how's-
I mean,
how's
don't-
that go?
Yeah.
Well, like I hate to make a call for Dennis's guys.
Yeah.
Flying in ultralight and stuff.
Yes.
You're over the room bridge.
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, I feel we ought to have Dennis's opinion. Don't you?
Yeah, you did.
I mean, if we're gonna, then
Hey,
Hey,
the sheriff's department, they're gonna hate me, but I don't think, I mean, if there's an emergency situation or anything else, that kind of goes with the job. So, I mean, unless Aaron decides he wants to close it, which would surprise me, I don't think they really have a day off. There's been times of the day off, and we're thankful that we've got it.
unless it's just their office staff.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how
But
that
even then, I
operates.
don't know how you would have your office staff going, because they're answering phones, they're doing stuff, this and that. So they're kind of, in my mind, that's Aaron's deal. You know, he, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna probably feel the same way. Road and Bridge, if we close the courthouse, they're under the courthouse, but they're not in the courthouse. So they are a totally separate issue. You know, and I mean, it sounds nice to give them a day off with everybody else, but I would have want someone to justify that, and I don't think anybody can.
Right.
So I would say if we close the courthouse, Road and Bridge, same thing, kind of like the sheriff's department. I mean, if somebody wants to take off, then yeah, great. But like you said, you'd have to use your
Vacation.
Yeah.
vacation
Vacation.
sick.
So those two, I think, and they literally are two separate, totally entities. And even though we're over them,
Right.
Yeah.
they're two totally separate entities, and I think they need to be treated as such. In here, and I guess that's actually the issue, is in here.
So, thinking of Road and Bridge, Dennis just texted me, on snow days when the courthouse closes, they close too. They're not out plowing roads like MoDOT are. They're not they don't,
So they're not doing any
so they're
work.
not
Well,
working.
see, and
Which
that's,
makes, if it's
Sure.
a snow day and we can't come to work, then it's a snow, you know, they're also gonna have,
That's why I was curious.
They can
Right.
work,
Because I didn't
they
know.
can work in the shop. Yeah, they
right,
can change
but
all
they
that.
still have to get there.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that really makes them
So
no
that's-
difference.
right, and there's no emergency
Well, I'm
for
saying-
them to get there.
Right, because they don't plow roads, they don't.
The only issue that I see, and that is a simple fix, would be if we give them that day, just like the courthouse, then it needs to be somehow handled and scheduled that they're here early cleaning the parking lot. Because if we're open the next day,
Right.
you're not gonna want to have people pull up in here and can't get in. That would, I mean,
They get
that would be
paid,
my only
they get
issue.
paid for coming.
If they're not plowing, or they're not doing, you know, and I get it can't work, it's that bad out. So I'm gonna say, okay, I'll take back what I said, and yeah, they should have that day.
Yeah.
They should have that day. This is
So you just, it's open or close, whenever we close it, then they're still paid, doesn't matter.
I'm gonna say if we close it,
I only had
it's
less than a quarter.
no fault of anybody that works in there. I mean, it's not.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
us.
If we close it,
It's us. We
bad.
close it. We're closing it hopefully for a good reason and for the betterment of everybody else that doesn't have any issues. Trying to. So I would say it's not their fault. It should pay us.
With that, honestly, yeah. I mean, but in that regard, I mean, like, not going to close it for 2 inches.
Yeah, right.
Come
Right.
If it's ice and it's
Yeah.
Come
it's ice and
January,
it's sitting in storage.
get figured out what we're gonna do and get it handled, so it's all fair.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be like this.
Well,
It needs that also in it, but it needs more clarification.
Right.
Needs clarification.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
No,
And
I
it's- so I did a poll when they did this a few years ago of different counties. What happens when your commission closes your courthouse? And it was half and half. I mean, there was no one general consensus. This is how we all do it. It was they all did it different ways.
Mhm.
Well, I'd venture to bet some bigger counties probably pay them just because they got more money.
Right.
And that's definitely an issue. But if, like I said before, if it's no different than you, if you miss a day, the next day, you just doubled your workload because you're trying to catch up.
Oh, I know.
So, I mean, it's not like they get the benefit for a day. But you're not
Right.
that.
Right.
So,
Depends on how
work
many-
has to get done.
It depends on how many people come in. Whether you double your load.
Well, and if you think about it, some of the things that I thought about when I was doing the different county comparisons is, well, Cass County is obviously different than us. They're located in a big city and they've got paved gravel roads where their road and bridge department take care of so they're more likely not to close than a rural courthouse who has, miles and miles of gravel for a lot of their employees. And so it's really just,
yeah, it's going to be different.
it's different.
I feel like a lot of county, if it's countywide, a lot of them push snow. Too, I know St. Clair and Benton.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure,
there
that's
are-
what
there
I'm
are.
saying. There's differences in the
Countywide-
counties. so that's
Countywide
good.
government, they work on it
Yeah.
because they put them out doing that,
Mhm.
pushing snow. So I don't, anyway. Something's always brought up.
So
It's always.
well, I think that would
clear as mud.
clear it up though. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
Because it just makes it.
if we close it because of we cover it, right?
Emergency closures by the courthouse,
Yeah.
or by the commission.
Because
It's up
like
to
Mark
you
said,
guys.
it's no fault of their
It's
own.
not
I
their
mean, they're
fault.
just planning to come to work. If we make that decision,
Well, it's no different than what happened last week.
Right.
Just had to shut it down.
Yeah.
There was no choice.
Nope.
I mean, the safety of our employees and everybody around.
Snow
is
days would be
the main
probably
concern.
the biggest draws, different ones, because a lot of them, some of them don't want to come in.
Well, if the courthouse is open, then that's on them. I mean, they know that. And you guys don't close the courthouse just for a couple inches of snow.
Right.
Usually we don't
It's
do
got
that.
to be something
It's ice.
major. Usually it's ice. Or whatever that was, 17 inches of snow that one time.
Dump,
So,
dumping.
Well, usually when they do that, Judge Journey or Judge Baker, I usually call to talk about it. And I get hold of y'all.
That's right.
right,
That's all I
sometimes
do.
the courts close
Yeah,
before even
Yeah.
the commission says
Mhm.
anything. And
That's
that
right.
helps make the decision
that's how one of them was done.
this year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's also December 1st, 2025, and what happened? 2 days in an entire year span that you guys had to do that for
Mhm.
weather. I
Yep.
mean, really,
Mhm.
it's not like it happens every time snow falls.
Right.
Skip a
I mean, I
step.
would be against snow. Just kidding. I hate snow.
We've had some when they do it.
Well, when we got those big snows,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it was difficult.
So are you going to write that?
Yeah, we'll definitely need to revisit
Yeah.
our
But we need to do that
Alright.
first year. When we correct.
adding that to
Yeah.
our handbook.
Yep.
So the handbook was done by an attorney.
I thought that
We used to do it ourselves, but then they hired somebody to do this.
was from Mike Keith's over
Oh, it was an attorney.
there. Yeah, I mean, through them.
I don't know who it
It
was.
was. I think it's.
I just know
That's
we
what it
used to do it ourselves and could
Yeah.
change it and edit it. And we might just be able to add it to it. So. Okay,
Okay.
that was the discussion I had for that. Thank you. Budgets are coming in, working as fast as I can. While we were off last week, I was not really off last week. I took it all home and but I was in both days. But we will probably have the pass-through funds and the small little extra funds Thursday to review and
Get all in
approve,
there.
um, I think I've got, I don't have the sheriff's. Have a couple for you guys to go through. I was just hoping to maybe set some time aside just for budget, so we didn't have other things in between.
Yep.
So the week of the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, I would like to maybe one of those days, maybe just work on budget in an afternoon with you guys. So we have everything.
Sounds good.
They're all due Monday to me, so. What time is
10.
10?
Still got a little bit.
So you said the week of the 15th, you said, Kelly?
Yeah, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Well, the 18th will be the courthouse.
So I think I'm free every day that week.
Is there any days in December that any of you are going to be gone that I need to put on my calendar? Now that I've switched my calendar.
It's on 25th.
Thanks, Jim.
24th.
I think I'm pretty well open.
Also something to keep on your radar. Christmas is on a Thursday. That Friday after, I've seen governors shut down the state.
Yep.
Since it's Friday.
He's done that a lot.
So the state offices could be closed on the 26th, just FYI. If and when that happens, offices are going to be coming to you asking about closing the courthouse.
Close it good. Close it up.
As I said, my girls already know we are closing our office, regardless of what the state or whatever does. My office will be closed December 26th, so, but they know that they have
Do we want to address that now?
They're going to use it.
the governor
Vacation
won't
day.
do anything till right before.
Yep. It'll be usually about
Noon the
next
day
week
of.
he may post
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't the week of the 15th
it.
or the 22nd.
It'd be possible.
So what that essentially would close everything except for the
Yeah.
county, the courts would all be closed. There might be something also to talk to Rick about because they're still collecting taxes. I don't know if they would want to even. I
That's
don't know.
one. That's the one that really
They're the
bothers
ones.
on that. Because a lot of people wait till the last week to come in.
Yeah. So we need to hold off on that.
Just saying that's
Something to
probably
think
coming
about.
down the pipeline. I usually go on vacation the last week of the year. It is scheduled. That doesn't mean I won't be here. See how the
Let's
budget
see, we
goes.
have to have it. We'll have to have it done.
I already have it scheduled. It'll start laying on the 23rd.
That's what's called a.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to be done by the 23rd.
Yeah, we will be.
Should. Okay.
I'm hoping, I know Rick didn't really cut off bills to be paid, but I'm hoping with the holidays falling in the middle of the week like that, if to cut off paying anything on the 23rd, so everything for the end of the year will be in, unless there's something that, comes up that has to be paid by the end of the year, we'll pay it next week. But
Got all your
Bogart
townships
got
done.
their, I
Huh?
forgot to tell you, Bogart got their culverts in.
Yeah. I've seen Dennis has sent that out. He wanted to let everybody know he got it done.
do you have one of those cart or those warrants that Amy gave you. We'll fill one of those out and get that, so they can get paid. Was Bogart the last one?
That's it.
Thanks.
I'll have Osage. I talked to them the other day. They're just waiting on rock.
That's the one he's got
They
one.
got it already. The contacted the rock haulers. They just hadn't got it out there yet. So, Clinton Township won't make it.
So you know them to tell the last two that are squeaking in that maybe they should start earlier next year. And we'll be-
Yeah.
While they're waiting on rock, they also have this.
Oh, they've
contract.
had months. Yeah.
So
I agree.
that's probably the most we've ever had done this early in
Oh,
in the
really?
year though. So
Wow.
you said Clinton just isn't gonna make it. I mean,
No, I talked to.
that's unfortunate. They left it on the table.
I was looking at.
I was
Is that scraping?
No.
Oh,
Trying to figure. I thought Mark was really digging in that pin and that wood down there on the counter. I was like,
oh, I had no idea.
I needed the signature and who it goes to. The rest we can handle. So we'll get this one to go through on Thursday.
You gonna read that? Just in case.
Yeah. Is this what was Jim handed you this
Yeah.
morning?
Okay.
Bogart picked a pretty good chunk. Glad they got that finished.
You're gonna need it.
That would have been a lot of money to leave out there.
Hey, Jim,
Yes, sir.
I didn't know your son was Hunter. You know,
Okay.
Mark, he was one of the first people I met when that from my daughter's school, back when she was in high school. He's one of the nicest young men I've ever met.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm pretty proud of him.
Yeah,
He's a great kid.
I saw that picture with you, and I was like, huh? I didn't know that.
Mark. It looks like we already paid Bogart.
We did.
What I say?
Bogart, you met Big Creek, didn't you?
I was just looking at this and it was
He's
like,
close.
I paid Bogart.
You're a driver.
It's the next one up.
I forgot Dennis did
Oh,
make
right
make comment. Big Creek for change your place of culverts.
I do have another one. You need
It's up. I got some.
It's good.
white up?
See, I got some extra.
I'm going. I think you're.
I think it's what we're talking about.
I got all kinds
I really do.
of things.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was
We're gonna call this Big Creek Township instead of Bogart.
It might.
Well, that and I'll be honest with you, I'm thinking wastewater and water infrastructure stuff for all the surrounding communities. This town,
They don't get
That's
near
right.
the money
Huh?
Bogart does.
I mean, we can't,
Bogart gets a lot.
we can't make them drink the water, but at least lead them to it.
That's it. Now is yours done?
What?
You're not done yet. On this.
Well, they don't get near the money Bogart does.
Yeah, no. Osage will be done. Like I said, they contacted the rock haulers. They just hadn't got the rock hauled out to them.
Okay.
Lester said he got a hold of them a couple weeks ago. Like Kelly said, they've had months
Kelly, does
to
that-
get to it. But
Show when we paid Fields Creek.
Sure, I can look that up in just a second.
That way I can at least put it down here.
Sure.
Clinton, on the other hand, they won't make it.
What now? They already know it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's look at that one.
11/6 of 25.
How about Fields Creek Special?
$11.25 of 25. Jennifer Bellauer called me yesterday. She used to be on the Fields Creek Township Road Board. She's the one that resigned back in August. And she asked me if you had received the resignation letter in August, and I told her that you
Yeah.
had. I remember seeing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I was just kind of out of the blue. Just wanted to know if you still. I'm gonna run down to my office and get a copy. Dennis turned in his road and bridge budget yesterday
Mhm.
in the afternoon. I'm gonna make a copy for each of you so
Yeah,
you can
he
take it,
said-
look
yep.
at it, and
He
then
said
bring
he's-
your ideas back.
Pretty much.
I don't have a lot of experience with the BRO bridge stuff, so.
Well, you'll have to have, we'll want to make sure we have enough for 91 too this year. The one out here, going
Mhm.
another one I think should be. That would be nice.
I just need some direction
Yeah.
from you guys.
Just because of that, see last time, earlier this year, it's quite a bit. I'd say what is, like,
We're already up in the 800s just.
Right.
Dennis and I was looking at yesterday with the bridge
mhm,
and the engineering on it, and we're
Yeah.
looking at 800,000
it's gonna be
plus
bad. I
one
got,
bridge.
if it's like this other one. it
One in
came a lot
particular?
higher.
Or one coming up.
One for next year.
Okay.
And with the BROs, we're not exactly sure how many we're going to get awarded throughout the year, are we?
Right.
No.
So we've got to be prepared. For
Well, we're not,
whatever
we
comes up.
haven't even, yeah, but if you're awarded it, you don't need to worry about it. In fact, we're doing the one out here on 91 we got in 2022.
Right.
Okay.
That's how far back. And just like right now, we've got one that's actually eligible, wasn't it? That we was talking about.
I know they
I
was
think
talking
Dennis,
about
Dennis, the
one
one. I
being
think-
in
yeah.
27
Mhm.
already too.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, I could have swore we got an email from
I'm gonna run down and get you guys
Okay.
a copy of that so
All
we
right,
can, you
yeah.
guys can be looking
Mhm.
at that.
Huh? It's your time. Jake?
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, he hasn't been yet.
I'm going for it.
Keep from breaking the seal. It won't be long though.
Yeah, we only got one more that we're right now looking at. BRO,
We are bridges.
but that'll be
Could be 2 years down the road.
2 years at least. I'm telling you, the way they started doing it, it's unless you got everything already lined up and ready to go, it don't happen.
Oh, I seen that.
See, now that'll come up later when we go to, I think now, we go to Springfield again. Oh, it's a different meeting. That's the one that,
Oh, really?
where you vote on. It's just and then like the other day, they had different groups. Now on this one, you'll have still 2 from each group to vote on. And then everybody gets a vote on it, just
Okay.
in that group. Now over here, it wasn't, it's all on numbers.
Right.
It's kind of play your game with numbers, because what you got to do if you want something, put all your points in one spot. Don't, because then
Don't split it up a whole
then
bunch.
you go to other places and say, hey, I want you to put this on this spot of mine, and that's what they do.
Why did I
That's
miss
how-
that?
That's why we ended up top of the list there.
Yeah, that would have. I really hated I missed that one.
And Bates County, that one over there where you know where the railroad goes over the street over there.
Oh yeah, that's an awful spot.
And guess what? It's been on.
That's
trying to
in
get
Butler
done.
right there at.
It's been trying to get handled. Oh gosh, for years. Since
Well, a
I
lot of
was
that's
there.
because of
The railroad.
the railroad and the
problem.
state trying to.
And see now they're gonna now it's on the agenda to work on.
Yeah,
So
that was a good one. It needed to be put on. the
yes, it
agenda.
does.
And the improvements on 7 from
Mhm.
Clinton to Warsaw, 65. Hopefully
I-
they
What are they gonna
look
do?
into that.
That's my big thing.
I think they need turn lanes.
Well,
That's what I told
Hey.
Ashley.
if they get passing lanes or turn lanes.
They really need turn lanes to where like they're AA when you're heading
Yeah.
out of town. Everybody comes to almost a complete stop,
Yeah,
pull
that's
over
right.
on AA.
Yeah, that's
There's a
they-
turn lane.
Yeah.
And W, everybody's using the shoulder.
Yeah.
There isn't really a shoulder there.
W would have a good turn lane.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with
That-
what you're saying there, because there's getting to be a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of traffic going down W anymore.
See, I stopped in there and talked to Ashley a while back about it, and that was just something we talked about adding to the description is maybe possible
Yeah.
turn lanes.
But that might help some, but I'll tell you what, it'd be nice to have some passing lanes. So
It could use a passing lane.
if they could. I just don't know where they could do it. That's the worst thing.
And there's-
Because now they're building, just like I said, they don't plan ahead and they build right up next to the highway.
Mhm. Well, it's hard to. Well, I mean, take Ohio through
I
Clinton.
can tell you where one of these years, got a lot of them, it's gonna go, that bridge over 65 highway, there in Warsaw.
Over 65 highway.
Yeah. See, it's 2 lanes.
Is that the?
And everything's filtered into, you take 2 or 3 lanes, put into one. 2 or 3 lanes. Good morning.
Hey guys,
How you doing today?
good. How about y'all?
Good, good, good.
Good, Jim. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
Mark, here comes Mark, he's here.
How are you?
I'll tell you what, before we get in all messed up, we're waiting on Kelly. I'm gonna
Okay.
go use
There
the
you
restroom
go.
now.
There you go.
All right.
How you doing, sir?
Good, good. How about you?
Good, I get
You guys having a busy morning?
Well, kind of slowed down a little bit. Kind of
Yes.
waiting on you a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not keeping you guys
No,
here.
it's fine. Kelly, she went to get some stuff out of her office. She'll be back up here in a minute.
You know, good deal. The weather throw you guys for a loop yesterday.
Well, now it's a little bit different.
Well, I was looking at folks up in Kansas City and St.
Hey,
Louis.
they got some stuff.
They were hot about MoDOT and about some of the
Yes.
municipal folks not getting the roads cleared.
Yeah.
Yeah. My former boss up here, Rick Bratton, he was talking about it up there.
Mhm.
Yeah. Good deal. How's everything at the county?
Well, we're plugging along
Revenue looking
Yeah.
okay right now?
right now. We're all right.
Right now. Where you guys at for the year?
Oh, we're actually we're up a little bit, not a lot, not as much as what we have been.
Okay. Yeah. I
Our
mean,
sales tax, all that's kind of holding, just a little bit of that.
holding firms. That I mean, you guys are about ready to get into budget time, right?
Yeah, we're working on it now.
How's that going?
Just really getting started. We'll have
Okay.
it done here pretty quick.
And
Kelly's been working on that.
anticipating anything big for next year or anything? Any projects? I know bridges are
Well,
on everybody's mind.
we've got one BRO that'll be done next
Okay.
year, 91, but we got that in, we'll just tell them, 2022, we got awarded it, and we're just now getting to it.
I have heard that in a lot of different
Well,
counties I've been to.
when they changed the BRO there back in 21, 22, they didn't realize there was only so many. Well, you got engineers and then you got construction people, and not a lot of them build bridges.
Yeah.
So it filled up the whole pipeline, and all your big cities and everything. They're doing a lot of building.
Yeah.
You go down to Springfield, look at all
Yeah.
that's going on.
Well, when you had all that infrastructure money come
That's right.
through and
Yep.
everybody had long-term legacy projects they wanted to
Yes,
do and bridges
they're done.
were high up on the list of that. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
probably not enough contractors out there to do all the work.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Anyway, we just finished one BRO last year that we got in 2022. We finished it, and then they're getting ready to start on this one out by the cemetery. So,
Are there any in critical need right now or any you've had to shut down or anything like that?
no, but it's getting bad.
It's getting there. Yeah, that's about everywhere.
Luckily, we build a lot of bridges ourselves too.
That helps. That helps a lot.
We don't get into the over 100 feet.
Yeah.
So,
That helps out with cost a lot
Yes,
whenever you
yes,
can do
it
that. Yeah. Yeah, because you have to pay prevailing wage if you have to go outside that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Maybe makes it a little more challenging. Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, refresh my memory. What did you all commit your ARPA dollars to?
well, we give some ARPA, we give some to Osage Valley, the hospital, out here to cancer. center.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Give a chunk there. And then we spread it around some of the cities, give all in so much. And then we had another grant deal. Then actually that helped out the road and bridge a lot.
Good deal.
We use that.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Craig out there for a while. Everything good out at Golden Valley?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good out
I
there.
think everything's working there. Can't say that. Yeah.
Good. Good. Well,
At the hospital. Greg, and they haven't been doing, I mean, well, they're doing, but they're staying busy, and I think cancer center's really.
good. 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 I know they've done several projects out there the last
Yeah,
few years.
oh, they have.
Well, catch me up on the fly ash situation. Anything going on with that?
I haven't
Well,
heard a whole lot lately.
Mark, it's pretty well.
Well, probably won't be until
Okay.
they take it to court
Gotcha.
and get it through. They did some testing on the fish, I guess. You're honestly asking the wrong person about this, to be honest. I think it's CYA for Evergy, for DNR, for EPA. I mean, when they tell you that their actionable rate is 75, and we've got them in the 20s and whatnot, I guess my question would be, when it gets to 75, what are you going to do? I mean, what can you do at that point? It should be zero. There shouldn't be anything out there. That's not a product or a mineral or anything else that you find out here in nature. So it's man-made. It's coming from someplace. Last I checked, there's not very many places around here that it could have come from. So, but like, it's kind of died down a little bit. And I think, personally, I think people are going to be quite surprised when it does go to court at the outcome. And then it's going to be, oh, we got to do something.
Is there a citizen group that is organized to sue them, or is it a certain entity that's doing that?
My understanding is there's, excuse me, 2 lawsuits.
Okay.
There is a one with TJ Prius, and my understanding, I hope I don't tell you this wrong.
Bill Stewart.
Yeah, it's Bill Stewart.
Bill Stewart's road started.
They're all, anybody that signs up with TJ, they're individually suing.
Okay.
And then there's a law firm here in town that has a class action that's going against them.
Okay.
So, yeah, and it's quieted down because the lawyers really don't want anybody talking a whole lot about it. I think they're still testing. It's still showing up. It's showing up 18 miles away, 20 miles away from the site. So, it's kind of one of those things. You can believe whichever side you want. It's all going to shake out in the end. I would err on the side of caution. That's my
Any more effects at the school or anything out there?
They're going back to school, is my understanding. They had tried to shut the school down, but didn't pass. And then, that's another side that is kind of, you probably don't want to talk to me about it.
Well, there's
being
just to
brutally
let you know,
honest.
they tried to shut down the school over this issue. Some people did. Other people had other issues why they wanted the school shut down. But it doesn't make sense to shut it down because where he's saying they're seeing fly ash almost 18 miles out is at a property north of here. So you have, say, the fly ash pile here, you have the school here, and then the place where they're seeing it like 13 miles out is up here. So the wind's coming in this direction. The predominant wind is a northeast wind. So you're going to see it come that direction. Well, Clinton School District is right in the middle of where they're seeing it up here and where the school is that they were trying to close. So to try to close that school makes no sense. They just want it. There's a lot of reasons why they want that school closed, and it has to do with financial reasons. Clinton is $45 million in debt. They could use that extra $750,000 in tax revenue, and then they have 1.7 in the bank that they would basically take care of.
Okay. The other big thing I've been reading about is the solar farm issue out there. Any updates on that or anything that's going on?
Everything's going.
It's just litigation now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
That's where it's at.
The only question
They got.
I'm going to have, I mean, the litigation, however that turns out, that's going to be up to the judge and whatnot. What I would like to know is these solar panels that are coming in, who's making them?
China. I've already asked them.
Because that's something that I would like to know. I was under the impression that they were not going to be from China. And if they are, then I would like Beavertown to explain why they are. I mean, I don't think, at least I don't want Henry County to be a part of anything that has to do with China. Nothing. And if that's where they're getting them from, then Henry County is doing, I mean, they're just helping China out. which I think is a huge mistake.
Yeah.
Huge mistake.
And you guys at the county don't have oversight over that, right? I mean, that's something that's outside of your ability to regulate or do much of anything with, right?
Well, we own them.
Speak up.
We're going to own
Yeah.
them.
Well, that's.
We're
sure.
leasing them out.
Can I
would
say
say
this? They actually do have something to do with it. They voted to incentivize it by giving them a tax abatement. 2 individuals were voted out last year over this issue.
Gotcha.
And 1 month before they were ousted, that they were, the 2 new guys came in, they rushed through and signed that paperwork very quickly, like 3 weeks before they left. So they had taken more than 6 or 7 years to do this behind everybody's back. And then when they were voted out, they rushed it through along with Jim Stone right there. So
Well, I know there's been some increased chatter from some state folks talking about like there's going to be policy changes at state level dealing with that overall issue, and so
Well,
one of the I don't mean to open up a bunch of stuff here
no.
or
I mean,
anything.
it's not, I mean,
All right,
personally, we all get along.
Yeah.
I will
We
say
don't.
that. We just differ on policy.
Sure.
I know that Sandy Crawford, hopefully, is going to go back when they go back. I don't know.
Cindy Laughlin.
That's it.
Cindy O'Loughlin, I know, has
Yeah.
talked a lot
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
She's planning on putting a moratorium on it in the state of Missouri.
Yeah.
That's her game plan, which if it does, that would be great. And then we can see, let's see how well they survive once that happens. If I don't have, this has been such a huge issue down here and it's caused so much division between generational families. I mean, it just sucks. I mean, it's bottom line, it does. I hate to see that, but it was just kept hearing personal property. I don't care if you live next door to me. I don't care if you paint your house orange. I don't care if you do whatever you do with your land. That's the beauty of living in America. But when what you do on your property affects mine, now we got an issue. Now we've got an issue. And you have got people that are caught in the middle of this that have 60 acres, 100 acres, and they're surrounded by solar. And you would either have to be blind or ignorant to not understand that's going to have an effect on your property.
But
It's going to, not only just how much your land is worth, but the effects that is going to have. My question, we just went through last year's perfect subbies here. We just went through, tornadoes and hailstorms and this and that. What happens when we have that out here? It's covered on the leased land. What happens to the guy that lives next door to it? And you've got all these shards of glass and all this chemical in the ground. Who's paying for that? That's my question. Nobody's answered me yet. I haven't heard anybody answer me. Because that's not the way that contract reads. So that means, and I'm going to tell you, if I was one of them, I'm coming up to the county. County ain't got enough money to fix it.
Can I add something to what he's saying about property rights? It's really not about property rights. Because one guy, like he said, if they want to do something on their land, that's their decision if they want to make that with the solar panel company. And I am for property rights. Like they wanted me to try to get zoning in my township to stop this. I don't think more government's the answer to a problem. But what we don't want to see is our federal government subsidizing something we don't want so that it helps to make it happen, along with the commissioners incentivizing it with tax abatements. They're basically asking for these people to come in against the people's will. So that's what we need, someone up there in Washington, D.C. to stop the subsidies, because that will stop this right away.
Well, and we did do some of that in the big beautiful bill. So it's going to be less incentivized to do those sorts of things. And regardless of how anybody feels, and I think the senator's an all of the above guy when it comes to energy. He doesn't care where it comes from as long as it's reliable and affordable. But we don't need government coming in there and saying one form is better than another. Let's just let the market dictate what's best for consumers out there. So to your point, yeah, I mean, we don't need government subsidies for that form of energy. It ought to be able to stand on its own 2 feet if it's that sort of energy.
And it can, and that's why they need the subsidies. And we just don't want to see that incentivized here. I mean, if people want it, they want it. They clearly did not want it in this county. They voted out 2 of the guys that were pushing for it. And they, that's what the lawsuit's about. They did it in bad faith. They pushed it through in the last few weeks. So.
Well, speaking of storms and disasters, are you guys doing okay after everything earlier in the year? Everything okay with FEMA and SEMA, working with them?
These 2 guys have worked really hard with them and keeping everything online.
We, it was really probably one of our most costly storm events that we've had in quite an amount of years. We worked hand in hand with SEMA, with FEMA.
Good.
We was able to use our own resources, get 15,000 pounds of food, water to everybody affected, went house to house. So, we had a lot of help from SEMA. A lot of, I guess you should say, we, with both of us being relatively new, within 2 years of taking over, we relied on SEMA heavily, and they're just a fantastic group of individuals that led us in the right direction. And we were disappointed at the fact that we were not declared a state of disaster.
So you guys didn't get individual assistance then?
No, we met our threshold,
but you didn't get it.
and the other 2 counties around us met the threshold. We were 3 days out of their window.
Yeah. To be included with the St. Louis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were 3 days out of the window.
Yeah. So that was pretty disappointing. But outside from that, I think everything went really well.
Okay. Good deal. Well, I can give you the lay of the land for what's the rest of the year and early next year at the federal level, or at least in Congress. So, the government shut down for 40-something days, and it was really, really nice to not get paid for over a month. So it's right leading up to the holidays, but that's okay. We're back at it now. As part of that deal, Leader Thune promised the Dems they'd get a vote on the ACA tax subsidies before the end of the year. So that's something that's going to happen. I don't have a crystal ball, but I expect those or that vote to fail. I don't think it gets to the House, probably not even the Senate. I don't know for sure. But then that's going to require them to kind of go back to the drawing board and figure out a different solution on dealing with these increasing premiums on healthcare and what's going to happen with the ACA. There's some want to see it fully replaced. There's some that want to say, no, that's probably too much of a heavy lift in the short term that they have to work on this. So maybe they do some minor revisions and try to figure out some stuff to help out affordability, like the president has pushed. The president has pushed more dollars going directly to individuals and allowing them to use that how they want, if they want to buy certain plans, or if they want to put it in an HSA, or however they want to do it. So we'll see what the solution is there. But we've got another government shutdown possibly looming at the end of January. The minibus or mini omnibus appropriations bill that they passed as part of this deal to get the government reopened includes 3 different items. It's the legislature, so they'll stay in and they'll be able to continue to be funded, and then ag was in there, so SNAP or food stamps won't be a part of this next time if there is another shutdown. It won't be a pressure point or leverage tool. And then MILCON, or military construction. So the stuff that is going on at our different Army bases and what we need for the military will not be a part of that. But there is that possibility at the end of January that we're looking at another shutdown if they don't get something figured out on the ACA. So yeah, the Affordable Care Act, that's not affordable. But the other thing that we're working on for the end of the year is the National Defense Authorization Act. That's funding our military overall. Very, very important to our state, with Whiteman and Fort Leonard Wood here and Rosecrans. So the senators on the Armed Services Committee, that's over in the House right now. The House is supposed to release their language on that. They'll probably come to some sort of an agreement and figure that out before the end of the year. So that's something we do every year, the NDA, one of the few things that Congress can get done every single year. And so we're hopeful to get that done. Highway bill coming up next year. So you guys, if you've got stuff on that and you want to start sharing it with us, we'll definitely take a look at that and see what the possibilities are for, for that. We're very hopeful there will be a highway bill, but we used to get a farm bill every year. We haven't had a farm bill in 2 years. So it's getting frustrating with some of that stuff. So the senator is on the Commerce Committee, which surface transportation is under that, and he's on that subcommittee also. So we'll be working very closely on that highway bill and looking at how that goes. That's really the big stuff. Possibility of another budget reconciliation bill next year. Possibility of another rescissions package to claw back some funding that is not according to this Congress being spent the way that they think the taxpayers want it spent. So those are a few other things. So but then it's also an election year, and so you get midway through the year and everybody starts running for reelect in the House, and 1/3 of the Senate does. So got about half a year to get things done next year. So that's what we're looking at. And nobody knows what the midterms are going to look like. So we'll see. The House is getting pretty close over there now. I think there are only 4 seats up in the House now. We are. So yeah. So that's the lay of the land out there. I'm happy. And, I can answer any questions or take back anything to the boss too.
Right now. I appreciate you coming.
Yeah. Thank you
You
guys.
got a card?
Yeah.
I'd love that card.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got my cell on it. Mark, you've got mine, I think. Jim, you've got mine, I think too, but I'll give you one.
Where's mine? Reach out to me anytime you need to.
Yeah, you bet. Same it goes. I'll give you one.
Me get one if I can pick it up.
Yeah, you guys give me a shout if you need anything. Anything pops up with the feds or any casework that you need done, a veteran or somebody's having trouble with the VA, whatever, we're happy to help.
All right.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Good to see you again.
Good seeing you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Thanks, guys.
Drive fast. Is that your phone?
Try
Is that your phone?
Oh yeah, I'll need
Yeah,
that.
my one.
I need
Yeah.
it.
We'll remember that in a minute.
Bunch of government secrets on there. You
Yeah.
guys,
Okay.
see ya.
Keep moving.
Morning, Eddie.
Morning.
All right.
How's it going?
We're good.
Good. Did you want something?
Yeah, I just want to talk about the budget
Oh,
for the road.
There ain't no budget.
We're working on
we're
it.
working on
Kelly's got us a couple folders. I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, but that we're going to be working on it going forward.
Because right now, as the dollar is right now, you guys have taken in, we're sitting at 36%, the road boards are. And if you take in what you're supposed to take in, what we projected you guys will take in December, we're going to be working on 31%.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
So we just want to not be forgotten about.
They haven't. They've been working on it.
So, that's kind of went from
Yeah.
15 years ago from us getting half and them getting half.
Yeah,
We've
Dennis
got
ain't
it.
real happy with us right now. He knows he's going to be losing some of it. It's
Okay.
going to. I hope we're kind of looking at, and I think Mark agrees with me. Every year, or every 2 years, kind of going back and forth, giving townships a little extra, road and bridge a little less.
And this year for our Bear Creek, I'm going to just speak for Bear Creek Road District. I've been on the road board, I don't know how many years. I'm going to say 15, 18 years. I have got the first gift certificate for a thank you in the mail for the work that we done on the road. And that comes back to you guys by you guys working with us and letting us rock these roads. So, we do appreciate what you guys did for us last year by letting us use that cart for rock for the road. And we have told everybody, we've got phone calls this year that's, hey, man, this road's great. It's the best it's been for 15 years. And we're like, well, we had a little more money this year that we could do something. But when we're working on a budget that we work on,
Yeah.
it's hard to do it. So, I mean, our roads, you've been over them now. We've got them up and better than we've ever had them.
A vast improvement.
Yeah, vast improvement. But when we're sitting here only working on a 31% budget, it don't give us much money for rocker maintenance.
Right.
So, I mean, but we do appreciate what you guys did to help this last year. And I just, for the road boards, all of us in Henry County, we're just asking for a little bit more piece of that pie because we need it. And, all these taxpayers, they pay that in. And so that's all I'm here for. And have you ever got the pictures to Cole on 601 Road?
I'm waiting to hear back from Jeremiah about trying to get him a link or whatever. But I've got another route possible if that doesn't work out.
Well, we're wanting where they took the pictures of that road.
I tried sending it to him, and the file is too big, so I thought, well, I'll just take a few, send it to him, take a few more and send it to him, and then I opened up too many. And if you ever played solitaire and you win a hand and it just starts doing this, that's exactly what my computer did with Windows, and so I had to go get it cleaned up. But I'm close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I wanted.
And if we have to, I'll just sit down with Cole and you guys, and you flip through the pictures.
Yep, I text
That
you
way
every
you can
month
see it.
when our road board meeting is. So,
I appreciate that.
so okay, I didn't.
Okay.
So
You guys,
Somebody called me yesterday from Bear Creek about election stuff.
Bill,
Okay. I didn't know if he was picking up the stuff he had me make
No.
for him or not. Okay.
no, I'm in my feed truck, so he wouldn't
Ah.
get it.
It's done in my office.
I don't think it's what you want. Okay. All right.
I just want
Okay.
to to be known that
All right.
we don't want to be forgotten.
Dennis.
I haven't forgotten about you guys.
Mark. Well, Mark is Mark. I think he went to that. Here comes Mark. Here
Oh,
we go.
we're just here for
Okay, up.
the
Hey, Ed.
10:30. We
All
don't have
right.
anything.
Perfect.
Did you? Mark, did you have anything?
No, it's almost 10:30.
They're here for the 10:30.
Oh, okay. All right. Then there's.
DC.
Well, how long is it before 10:30?
You got 3.5
be a while.
As you guys know, I was able to get all the culverts put in for Big Creek Township as of last Wednesday. Since you guys wouldn't give me no extra time, the guys made it happen. So they always make me look good. So when it comes to budget time, I want to be here whenever you guys go over the budget because there's some stuff I need to discuss with you guys on it. Otherwise, we're waiting for Mother Nature to work with us so we can get the bridge deck poured on 100 Road. We got the road brought up, but we had to pull off when we needed to pour concrete to get the culverts put in, but it'll work out. So, one thing I encourage you guys to encourage these townships to do, they have 9 months to get these cart rock roads done. They do not need to wait till November and December and say, hey, we're doing them now. We want our money now.
Okay.
I mean, they need to be doing these cart rock roads back in June and July and different stuff.
I won't disagree with that either.
Yeah.
I mean, the longer they wait, it throws me behind at the end of the year trying to get some of my stuff done. I mean, that's just like Fairview waited till October before they wanted to do roads picked up and stuff. And there was another township in October. So that just throws me behind because I have to shut my stuff down to go take care of them so they can meet their deadlines. So when you're talking to these townships, whether it's at the next county meeting or at their own meeting, encourage them to get these cart rock roads done. The sooner the better.
That's one thing I'm going to address with the south side townships.
Yeah. I have a couple of different ones, but I think when we have our meeting over here, we need to stress that.
And another thing is that there's one township that done some roads that I wouldn't have approved because they plugged up ditches, they plugged up everything else and thrown everything on the back slope. Don't cut the cake. I mean, I don't charge that much to haul the stuff off, and I can usually have it done in 2 days.
Right.
I mean, I think the highest I charged one township was $2,000. That ain't even recovering my cost of all my man hours and equipment hours that I got out there for 4 days or a week and a half.
They're probably gonna complain when it comes time to cut the grass, because I don't know how you're gonna do it.
From a farmer's view, if they do that on my side, we're gonna have problems.
So
I'm shocked it didn't happen.
those roads that we got them mowed before, they cart rocked them and threw the dirt on the backside and everything. But next year when it comes to those certain roads, I've already told my guys to go around them because I'm not tearing up my equipment to know their roads that after they done some stuff like that. I mean, they plugged up some ditches, they plugged up some culverts and everything else, and I ain't gonna point, but Mark knows who I'm talking about, and there's no way I'd approve that road for cart rock funds with it like that. So that's just my 2 cents. We got a tractor that's down that's out here getting worked on right now. It should be up and going in tomorrow, so hopefully we'll have it back out brush hogging again. Then the arm mowers, they're over in Leesville, going down into Osage and Osage Special.
See, everything over there is looking really good.
So
Did you look at that road?
Yes.
Where he's talking about the bark?
They actually put gravel down before I got back. So
it was one of them. We done it now. You're gonna have to just accept it, and it's a bunch of BS. I mean, it states in your cart rock fund that you gotta go through steps to get your money, and they just skipped all the steps and went to the final product and said, "Here it is." But anyway, Kelly, I'll need to get with you because I need to tweak my budget already.
Oh, I just made copies for the commissioners.
That's fine. Just leave it as it is, and I'll deal with it.
Okay.
Otherwise, I think everything is going okay. We're going to start going out running roads and checking for signage, 911 signs, and getting them replaced. And do what?
You're just going to cause a headache.
Hey, we got roads out here that's
No, it
mismarked and
needs
mislabeled.
It needs it.
And if it's mismarked, mislabeled, it's our fault.
Yeah.
So that don't fall on the townships. But if they have thieves in their area and that keep stealing their signs and stuff, they might want to put up a game camera. So, but anyway,
Good idea.
and then I got to start running roads here before long and getting the road inventory done because we know that it's way off on some stuff.
Speaking of which, I need to talk to you about a road that Cole has brought up to me. Matter of fact, you may want to just talk to Ed about it.
What's that?
I don't know the road number. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's down there in Ed's area.
Ed, do you know what he's talking about?
I have a theory I know which road he's talking about, but
Find
I'm
it
not
for you.
sure. You probably best off you got Cole's number.
Yeah.
Just call Cole and talk to you.
Okay.
Because I would hate to say something that Cole is on a different path with.
Surely you two wouldn't be on different paths.
No, we're pretty good at communicating, but I would Cole. This was Cole maybe to take care of. I just soon let Cole take it.
Mark, you got anything? Jake, you got anything? Jim, you got anything? Miss
Oh.
Kelly? Yes.
I don't think so.
Oh, you worked on anything on that?
On what?
The pad for that, the pad for that container?
We're gonna start working on it as soon as it thaws out. It's kind of hard to move frozen dirt.
Okay.
The container's there. Hopefully next week we can get the pad. It's supposed to be warmed up. We can get the pad poured shortly after we get the bridge deck, or vice versa, one of the two. But hopefully by the end of the year, I'll have the pad poured and the container set.
Okay. All right.
And I'm just waiting for Mark to deliver his other trailer to me.
You're not getting
I'm not getting it now.
it. I want to save the storage for somebody else.
Well, I got plenty of storage for y'all. I'm just going to start. Oh, I do want to direct one thing, and then I'll be done. As you guys are aware of, I do not have directional plows for my trucks or my equipment.
Right.
So therefore, when we plow the sheriff's office and all them cars are parked out there, we always leave a windrow in front of them cars. So if he don't want the windrow left in front of the cars, then he's going to probably have to hire somebody with the directional plow to plow the parking lot. I mean, I don't mind doing it stuff, but last year I know he was he kind of got on to Chris one time because we left a windrow in front of some cop cars and one of them got hung up or something.
Okay.
So that's just something to,
Okay.
for you guys to be aware of.
Gotcha.
Kelly, you got anything?
I don't think so. Thank you.
Yep.
He asked to be present when you guys do the budget. Could you notify us when you're going to do the budget?
No.
Did you get any signs in yet?
Do what?
Did you get any signs in yet?
They're supposed to be here this week or first and next. They've been ordered for like 3 weeks now.
It can take as long as it wants. It doesn't come out like
All right.
that.
I think it does. Yeah.
Oh, what's wrong? You can drop it now.
All right. Let's see, we got. And
Due to the nature of the next meeting, it was requested that we go into closed session.
Okay.
Because it's going to discuss legal. Sorry, I just looked up the statute to make sure we were perfectly okay to do this. It's going to discuss legal actions and hold on. Maybe 22 operations or computer system, computer network, telecommunications. That it's all included in that since we're talking about our computer system and security and stuff. So I just want to make that clear.
So how you need that worded to go with? Can we just say
16
closed session to go
okay.
for legal and computer systems?
Yes, I in the minutes I've stated a motion to go into closed session via RSMO 610-021-1, which is the legal, and RSMO 610-021-22, which is the computer, so that we cover both.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to go into closed session over
What you just said.
exactly what you just said. Legal and computer security.
I'll second it.
Motion been made and seconded to go in closed session with 610-021. With that being said, of course, roll call. Mark?
Yes.
Yes.
Jim, yes. All right. Guys, we've got to go in closed session.
Elected officials have Okay.
Yeah.
We
All
are
right.
back in
Great
live
stuff.
session. Thank
Great
you
stuff.
guys. Appreciate it.
It seems like a whole-
Oh
I
my.
got it. Got it all. It's all right here.
It's Taco Tuesday though. We got hurt.
It's a nightmare.
You head to Windsor?
Yeah.
Somebody's not gonna be happy about it back to the office.
Well,
I'm gonna throw this in and say, read it, I'll be back.
Hey, Scott.
there's a lot. There's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
You see
And
Scott?
I've been talking to him. He's been nice.
I don't
Down
think
His truck's up
that
there.
I'll catch you.
I didn't even understand the massiveness of it until Chuck and I had a set down. I mean, we spent an entire afternoon, and I was like, "You're going to definitely have to come speak
Oh my.
because it just affects so much."
This is very good.
Thank you. Are we gonna have a day where we go over the budgets?
Actually, that's a good point. Mark and I would actually like each department to come. You still with that, right?
Yeah, I think it's a good
We
idea.
would like to see each department come up and talk about their budget.
Okay.
I mean, I know that's not something was normally done in years past, but
Gives us a better view of what.
I don't have an issue with that.
if they
We're
are.
just gonna have to start scheduling when I get them all in. It's not even deadline time yet, so I haven't got everything in.
Can I go over mine now?
I don't care.
Okay. I think y'all have copies, but
I don't think they're ready. I mean,
nowhere near it.
that's fine. I can explain what our thoughts are. You can come to the center, Subby.
You're doing a great job. It's not ADA compliant.
I say
It
somebody's
is
getting a
not-
little picked on.
It is not ADA compliant because you can barely read it. And we gotta go snappy because it's lunchtime. We got a Windsor.
Do this another.
It's Taco Tuesday.
Well, we don't want you to miss a taco.
Scott's driving, so I don't want to have to pay for fuel.
I'll run down and see Scott before y'all leave.
Did you see him?
You already went downstairs?
No, I haven't got to. That's what I was getting myself.
I'll call him.
I'll, this one you just gave me.
What's that?
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
Can you come upstairs, please? Thank you.
I cannot tell you.
Well,
I looked so hard for this piece of paper. I came into the office twice during stinky days, and Mark had it all along.
I had it.
you guys.
She gave it to me. You want to go line by line? Or how do y'all want to do it?
Yeah.
Right.
Might as well since you're doing it.
All right. I gotta have a pen. I'm not prepared. I got one now. I stole theirs. Kelly, you're gonna have to get a new pen for the clipboard. That's okay. Wages. We are. That's what we applied from the state. So 55 and 45 for the matching. That we don't have to do that. We would like to do that, but that's what we applied for, and we got approved from the state. They'll pay half of that.
Okay.
General liability, we haven't used. You can see in the last few years. Fuel, I kept the same. Equipment, I bumped up because we're going to have to get that. The generator that we have, we got it on the grant. We're going to have that service and load tested. We haven't done that since we had it. It's never been taken care of. It's never had an oil change.
The one that's down there in the
Yeah.
The
sheriff's garage?
Yeah. So we're I upped that a little bit to cover cost.
Okay.
That's why that's
So that was 3,500 last year?
yeah. That's under the equipment. The generator expenses, I didn't know how we wanted to do that. That was for the generator that we had that's over here at the courthouse. Do we want to move that under the courthouse or leave that under us? That's the standby one down here.
As far as I'm concerned, that needs to go probably to the courthouse.
You want to move that over to the
Don't you
courthouse?
think?
That's up to you.
I mean,
I don't think it needs to be under emergency management if it's not going to be.
No, because it's actually, if it kicks on everything.
Right.
Courthouse.
Yeah. So we can move
Yes.
that we can move over to
Yeah.
courthouse.
Yep.
Everything else is staying just about the same.
You added the floodplain line.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm getting down to the bottom. Sorry, I was trying to go through one by one. We have to add a floodplain line. I put 1,500 in there, just as a number. That'll cover like your stamp, your papers, your the floodplain conference if the training if we go. So we have to add the floodplain line.
and it's not reimbursed by.
That's not
Right,
reimbursed.
I just wanted to make sure that they were aware that that's not reimbursed by emergency management.
That is that is strictly out of the county budget.
You were the
Goodness.
slowest person on the
Well,
road.
he got some pep in his step with that one, didn't he?
Anyway, yeah. So the 1,500 for the floodplain is strictly out of the county budget. We can't use that money from emergency management. It's supposed to have been separated for years and years, but it never has. But we're going to do it the right way.
You're talking
Right.
the floodplain, correct?
Right,
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm
it's not reimbursable through the emergency management, so that's just something we're gonna have to pay for.
So that's actually going to drop. If we take the generator and put it on the courthouse, that's going to drop my total budget down to 132.5 with 50.
With the wages that you figure.
Right. And then if you minus the 50,000 that the state matches, that's going to take our total budget to 82.5.
How much is that down from last year?
Last year's was 98.1.
So that's less.
I mean, we can add more, but
Your computer software purchases that you left that at 12,000.
yes.
On the copy that I have, it kind of looks like 2. So I just wanted to make sure there was supposed to be a 1
Hello.
in front of that.
Yeah, no, I left that at 12,000. Sorry.
Okay. No, it's
It's
because
hard
it
to see.
copied that way. It's hard
It's
to
not
see.
ADA compliant. I'm
Yes.
sorry. I will make the next one ADA compliant.
So
Oh, yeah. Yeah, take it.
the next thing on subbies or on subbies pay and Mark's pay, because we are going over it right now and they're both here. I know that Mark shot for the moon here on his at the 55,000, the 45,000. When you guys agreed to take subby on full time, beginning January 1st of 2026, you guys had come up with some numbers at that point that was to begin in 2026, and that
January
I have
1st,
that.
right?
Huh?
January 1st, correct?
January 1st, yes. I have that attached to the one that I'm going to give you that, I didn't know, he just gave you copies. So we don't have to make any decisions today, but just know that that is what is attached to your emergency management. It's the chicken scratches I did when Subby and Mark were in here before and you guys voted to make Subby full time. And I'm giving you guys a packet today of all of the budgets that I need you to look over and to look at. Mark's is included in there, and it has the worksheet from when we did that. So just
Okay.
FYI.
Questions, concerns about anything that the postage, we're taking that $100 off. That'll go under floodplain. That'll be part of that 1,500. Because the only time I use stamps is when I mail the non-compliance letters out and permits out and stuff like that. So
Everybody's in compliance.
I'm glad you think so.
You didn't put anything down for grant expenses?
It's all grant expenses
It is.
in his office, yeah.
Okay.
Except for floodplain.
He is a grant expense.
Well, I mean, you had
Well, no, so
year-to-day activity, but
That's the grants that we get for the radios, for the weather radios and things like that. So we're not sure what we're gonna get until we get it. So
Okay.
and then we amend the budget.
okay,
And
okay.
whenever we do the amended
It
budget,
was kind of a pain before when if we don't have that in the budget, which we did, and I think the first year I was here, and then I started getting, applying for some of these grants and we're getting it. That's all great. We give it to Kelly and she just like, well, we're not
I got nowhere
budgeted
to
for
put
it.
it.
What am I going to do with it? And it's
But-
like, you should be happy with me, Kelly. And yet she was just struggling with me. So we add that into the budget.
Okay. That makes more sense now.
So I don't know. Are you gonna for the floodplain? Are you gonna do a new department, or are you just gonna put it as a line under?
No,
emergency
we'll just add a floodplain line under your budget and you'll just have to, when you look at your budget, know that that's not emergency management expenses.
Right. Okay.
So you don't get deemed by the state for claiming it on your grant.
Right. Is your GIS website ADA compliant?
I have to get a statement from them. So we can put it in our file and
Well, that's some good news.
I want to make
Some
you look
silver
good.
lining here.
that's what happens when we use reputable companies.
Oh, right.
So that's good. Yeah, that'll drop our total after reimbursed by the state down to 82.5 because we're going to take that 2,000 out and put that over to the courthouse for that generator.
I think that's great. Better than last year. Saving taxpayers.
Well, originally, before we amended the budget, your budget was 126,000.
Wow. Wow.
So we're even.
Wow. Wow, maybe we need to rethink that.
I'm about to say wow too.
That's because y'all let somebody else in on the budget,
Yeah.
if you remember right.
That was
So that makes
Busy couple
that's
months.
another good thing for your day, right there. It went from 126 to 82.
I already fixed that.
But I do know
Kelly did that, not Mark.
that's true.
we didn't got it and said you keep
But I
it.
also
Hey, it
realize
says
Where's that
emergency
one?
management on it.
there's a huge difference between what is budgeted and what is actually spent.
True. A lot of difference.
And thank goodness, because countywide, we budget a pretty big budget and we don't ever spend nearly what we budget, which is good. But just the way the budgeting goes, because you have to have it in there if you're even thinking about spending it,
Mhm.
or so I'm told.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, if we're planning on having, even an active, severe storm season for that matter, overtime and extra expenses and fuel and everything else. If we have something like that happen again, you gotta prepare for it.
In the
You
budgeting
can-
process, you can never prepare for every,
That's why you can amend.
Can do it.
we're allowed to amend if we have
Yeah.
unexpected revenues. So that's a blessing. So that
And
we
usually we
can
have some.
fix things by the end of the year.
You always plan for that too.
Yeah.
Because that way you can make adjustments.
That's what we're looking like, line by line. Any questions, yell at me. Or Subby. Subby knows it all.
Don't yell at me. I've already been taking things.
Hey, where's your little black box at? We need to
Wait.
leave. I want to leave it up here so we can hear what they say when we walk out.
Yeah, that'll make me ADA compliant.
ADA compliant, yeah. You're gonna share it.
We'll go over there, but
I think it's pretty. He has this little black box. It's smaller than that. He can put it up on the podium and.
whenever I
normally
go
on your
to
hat?
conferences, whatever, you're gonna have the speaker. I just go up there and ask if they would wear it. They put it around here, and then I can sit out in the hallway, and then it will pick it up and then cause my hearing device to vibrate, give me hearing. So that's pretty cool.
Technology is so awesome.
I think
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I can. Matter of fact, what's awesome and what kind of free people out is with the bone conduction device. I can take the band off and I can come up there and have you put it on your kneecap and you can hear.
That's so weird.
As long as there's bone and it's attached to your body, you can hear.
Yeah.
Pretty wild. Not as good as what you would up here, but still, you'd be able to put something on your kneecap, be able to hear it. That's pretty impressive.
That's pretty amazing.
All right.
right.
Y'all be safe.
Thank you, Scott.
That's that's the Taco
You brought
Tuesday on
Scott up here for
Go eat
what?
your Scott.
That, I guess.
What?
I didn't-
I'm the one that got Scott.
He wanted Scott.
I wanted Scott. I was going to go down and see him.
I got it.
Okay. Alright. I would like to work on some budgeting things for our last few minutes. Since we just did emergency management, let's stay on it. I mean, it's fresh in our brains, right? Because I want you guys to look. So I've made you each I had 3, there's still 3. Okay. A packet.
Thank you.
Each one of the titles of the fund is highlighted so you know what you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
You'll go to your emergency management fund.
Go to it first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, you have.
But I think this is only really the only real conversation on emergency management. I mean, they've cut their budget otherwise themselves, and I think they've done a good job of that. So.
Oh yeah, I don't think we can complain on how well they've
Right.
cut
I
down.
mean,
Yeah.
not to mention that half of that's going to be reimbursed by the state.
Yeah. There it is.
For now. Now, we need to remember that grant money is not always 100%. As we found out this year.
Yep.
As we were struggling for a little bit.
If we keep pulling stuff, that's the problem. Yeah. Okay.
Are you in your emergency management?
This is the one you got.
Yeah, if you look at the one I gave you and not the one that Mark gave you, these
Well,
highlights.
only thing you got to pull that 2,000 out for the generator.
Right, which is
That make it 134, same thing. 134.
And I'm kind of guilty of just scribbling on these, so, you know, don't take stock in too much of what I write on these. The floodplain is not reimbursable. We are adding that. That's not a line that we had before. If you will look at the page behind. So the numbers that I wrote in here on the wage of department head, the $45,150, that was the last year's budgeted number plus the 5%, right? So that's what that total came through. Mark marked through it. And the same thing with subbies. So subbies wasn't real easy to figure because I had to fix that wages of personnel where we pulled Scott's mess out of there, and subby was only part-time at that point in time. So I took subby's wage times the 80 hours times 26 times 5% to come up with what the starting wage would be for January. So that's where I came up with the 34,000 number. Okay.
Now, will Stubby be full-time now?
You guys voted for Stubby to
Yes.
go full-time beginning January 1st.
Kelly, I have to apologize. I'm not seeing
Yeah.
34,000 on the sheet. Am I missing something?
On this sheet right here, the second line, mark through.
Oh, I see. I'm caught up.
So I put
Sorry.
the wages in there before I handed these out with the 5% raise, and then Mark marked through the wages and added what he wished for on his GMAT.
Well, I don't think.
So if you look at the second sheet that I gave you, this was the discussions that we had when you guys were talking about hiring something full time.
Yeah.
The raise that you guys had talked about giving Mark was $2.10 an hour, and subby was $1.82, which gave us the amounts at the, because all of our it's all based on 2,080 hours. Gave us a $47,000 mark or a year for Mark, and $39,500 for Subby, $19.
Well,
We had not. Remember when they said, but Subby's not going to take benefits, I'm not going to take benefits, okay, so on and so forth. And I said, but that doesn't mean that position, it goes with the position, not the person, because Subby could leave and we had to fill that position, that person might take the benefits. So we also have to budget for those benefits for both positions, regardless of whether they take them or not. Which is down here, it's an extra $13,400, which we knew.
Per person, not for both, right?
Right. Which we knew when you guys, or I mentioned when you guys hired Subby or agreed to hire Subby January 1st, that was also good.
I guess my big thing is Subby gonna transfer, then he's gonna be here full time, January 1st.
That's what you guys voted.
Well, but the way I understood part of it, no, he's still gonna work for the radio station.
Well, you can still have two jobs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talked about that at that time too, and that was your concern back then.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like just what Kelly said. You know, what he does in his time is his time.
That's right.
As long as he covers
his job.
Yeah.
Still down here.
And there was no issue.
All right. Okay.
I just need to know if these are the numbers that you're going to stick with. This is what was mentioned prior to when you guys discussed hiring Subby. Looking at the numbers, that's more than the 5%, just so that you guys know. But this was something that you guys had discussed back whenever you hired him full time. Or agreed to hire him full time.
But the 5%, it covers the 5%.
Right.
Plus a little.
Right.
This little note that's in the circle, is that what Mark wrote down?
No.
Is that you?
That was me. I told you to ignore my scribbles. That's how I make sure. So I couldn't find this paper.
Yeah.
And so I was making sure that I knew that not to carry forward because I knew that that was not the numbers that were approved.
Okay.
That was a note for me to check.
Okay.
Just like I made a new one on the bottom that says move generator to courthouse. Floodplain is not reimbursable by state. It's just so that I know. So yes, I've been involved in the budget, but I'm also learning, kind of as I go. So I'm questioning, making little notes so that I can look at this again a year from now when we do it again, because you only do it once a year, and go, okay, that's why I didn't do that, or that's why I did do that. Also question, Mark said half was paid by state. 50,000 is not half.
Well.
Right. You're looking at the front page. If his budget if we didn't even change anything, just looking at, it's 134.5, only 50,000 from state, and we're paying 84. That's not half.
Oh, it's not that. And then we get what? Because some of that's a bit, pay 100%.
What?
Didn't he turn in what he got, his grant is for the 55 and the 45? So they're gonna pay half of what he turned in, is what it is, for 3 years, is my understanding.
That was mine as well.
Just the wages.
Yeah, just for the
Right,
wages.
Yeah,
No, I'm talking about the whole grant. I thought it was half. The state
Gonna be
paid
half
half
of what
of what we.
wages.
So it's only,
so if we pay him 55,000, he basically, we're gonna pay 27.5, and the state's gonna pay 27.5.
right. I understand that, but as a whole in the emergency management grant, they're not just paying wages, are they? They also pay for
I think
just
I
wages.
think that's just wages.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
where my
that is.
confusion
For,
is.
for, and I think Mark told me it's for 3 years.
He
and then
did.
They
redid it.
pay,
But it's only wages, not, because
Yeah.
I thought it was the whole office.
He said it's just wages. That's it.
I'm not,
I was thinking he
I
said
think it's a
everything
whole
except for the floodplain because
'Cause you
floodplain
got-
can't.
Right.
the utility bills,
I don't think they pay any of
Unless they-
that.
Okay.
but now they did do some changing, but I'm not sure. I know used to
Which would,
utility
the
bills.
way that it's written here, that would make sense.
Right.
Okay.
What you're saying, Mark, would make sense. I just
I don't think so.
misunderstood because I thought it covered office expenses,
Yeah, I don't think
50% of your emergency management expenses, not 50% of your
Just
emergency management
wages.
wages. So it was just my misinterpretation.
Okay.
We would
I'm
definitely
not
want to.
saying that's
No, I'm not.
true, I'm
Check.
just questioning.
We can
I
ask
know, and if I
We
remember
can
right.
ask him.
there's
Yeah,
some
that's,
things-
yeah, and I know.
him. I'm pretty sure that's what he
It's
said.
just my confusion, it's
Sure,
not,
no. It
I'm
don't
not
take
saying
much
this
to
is right or
confuse
wrong
me.
or anybody's
Well,
right
I
or
mean,
wrong.
it goes back and forth a couple different times, and then yeah, I could see.
Because I just didn't understand it was all wages. Because then when we talked about it, I said, just even here, I said, well, floodplain can't be included in your EMPG grant. And he said, no, it can't. And so I just assumed that all the rest of it
That's
would be.
where I'm confused too. I'm with Kelly when she, because I remember you asking that, so I just assumed the rest of it did fall underneath the grant. So
Right. I guess
No,
that's
good-
where.
good question. Yeah. But with that being said, like he wrote down 55, 45. That's just numbers he threw out. We don't
Yes.
have to
He
go
told
with
us when he did it, he was shooting for the middle.
Right.
Yeah.
We do not have to agree to that. And
Yeah.
It will only be reimbursed half of whatever we approve.
Right.
I will add to that, he did tell me Subby will not come full time for 34.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he can't.
He
can't.
works.
You
too
said
many
34,
hours at
right?
the radio station.
Well, that's why we went up
That's
to
why I was.
39.5.
He would be 39 at the rate that you guys are.
I would say I think that was one of your figures.
I-
we went with.
This side over here is mine. When everybody was
No.
talking, I was just trying to.
I tell you what, y'all. I think I better get over there. I better make a phone call with Corey Vandenberg and make sure where we're talking about. Well, we're talking the same thing.
Who is that?
That's who's over the old emergency management now.
Oh,
And
what's her
what
name?
do you
She
call it?
handles the grants.
Yeah, I
Like
can't.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, that's
Not
right.
well, no.
You'll know. What,
I
I'm trying.
wanna
I'm
know,
not
'cause I
questioning you.
really
I'm trying
thought
to understand.
I
What are
was-
you getting clarification
all right, just like on the telephone and some of that stuff, I thought they paid.
on? Okay.
But then
Okay.
I know last fall, or because one of them, Subby or Mark, had told me that they had done some changing in it, and it was just on salaries. Now I heard that,
That's
but
what I
I'm not for
think it is.
sure how that. And I'd rather hear that from Gloria. It's kind of like what they told me it could do, and some things there, and just like Gloria, yeah, I found out what I could do, but still, yeah, it still comes back. It's kind of like the AI. You can do what you want, but guess what? It's going to come back to haunt you, or the ADA. And that's the reason why I want to find out for sure. But I mean, I don't care. But I do know I did say this much. Subby's not gonna be full-time that first year yet. Cause I think he does other things that he wants to do.
Well, so do I. Am I part-time? I mean, I could go work somewhere part-time and you can't say that I can't
Oh, no.
because you've hired me full-time.
But you're elected official.
But I wasn't. Even if I was an employee, you can't
Yeah.
say.
No, you can still go work somewhere.
And that's
not
all
gonna
he's
stop.
doing.
That's all right.
So that
Okay.
should not, what he does in his personal time should not have no
Okay.
influence
No.
as a county employee.
Well, then what's his work day? Supposedly.
What's his work hours?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Be the same as whatever Mark says, Monday
8
through
to-
Friday.
8.
I don't know what time you guys start. Eight,
I think they start at 8.
So it'd be 8 to 4:30.
I mean, like right now, I think he does a little bit of stuff there at the radio station first thing, and then he comes over
He
here.
comes in here, I think, at 10:30.
Is it 10:30?
10:30.
So here's
10:30
my
comes in,
So,
and he works till when? 10:30 till 4:30 or no? No.
35 hours is considered full-time.
so
Yeah.
he's under that.
Huh?
10:30. Shit, I don't know.
I know we voted on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
we
not-
did, yeah.
I'm not arguing the
If
point.
he worked 6
Right.
hours a
I
day,
know what I am.
You wouldn't
Like
quite
that
make
point.
it. You gotta make 7.
Like I said, I'm
Hours.
just talking about the hours. It's 8. And that's just about.
Okay,
and I'm not doing-
you, the commission, are in charge of emergency management.
Yeah, I
You set the hours, but you also have to make realizations that they have meetings that they have to attend in the evenings. It's not just like my girls who go sit behind a desk.
see, that's where I differ. Some of those meetings you don't have to keep 100%.
Well, in order to get some of those grants, they do have to.
Some of them
And
you
the
do,
more
but
training you
gotta know
have,
what
the better you are at your job.
That's right. So therefore,
But a lot of
you've
times
gone.
they're giving the training to
Yeah.
other departments that's around.
Yeah,
Like that one all 3 of us
yeah.
attended.
See, that was put on by somebody. That was a meeting,
I
but
mean,
it's still put on as a training.
Yeah. Well,
So you got
the
to
nice thing
classify all
about
that.
it, they're obviously doing their job, because if they had a nationally people come here, they're doing something right.
Yeah, yeah, yep. I think the radio deal, and I think what he's done there is a big thing. That's what really worried me about some of the sheriff. Whenever they was talking about
Oh.
that ADA,
yeah, no, I can see that.
because your radio station. But hey, I'm not against it, and that's fine. I'll stay out of it.
I'll just tell you, if this, whatever Mark put in here, the only thing I'm thinking is, we already talked about, in order to keep good people, we're gonna have to pay a good wage.
Mhm.
So you obviously have 2 good people in that position. If we're able to have both of them and the budget is lower, then somebody has to explain to me what's the downside of that. Because we're not paying any money. We're not paying any more money. We're actually getting paid less, and you're getting another person full-time, which definitely will add to the fact, Jim, like you've always said, you want somebody in that office. So if one person goes out, the other one
Alright.
can stay there.
Okay. all right.
So, but I mean, and I'm willing, open to discussion. But
I would.
I want to know, what is the downfall?
My big thing is just like here, and I can't help it. Just like if you have an emergency, one of them needs to be in that office.
Right. And
And
I
that's why I've always
disagree.
said. That's why the office should.
But this
stay
would, that's what I'm saying, this would allow that.
And that's why, it's just like here, is it open every day? All the day. No, it's not. Because you've got training. Well, we're both gone today. And we're going. Just mark down the days you're there.
You know
Somebody's
what,
not
but-
full-time yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So,
I'm
yeah,
gonna be
that-
real
that's
honest
fine.
with you. If we're concerned about Subby,
And it's
or
not. I'm not.
him being in his office, where's the commissioner's office in this place? If somebody wants to talk to you,
Oh,
Yeah.
They're not-
Individual officers.
We're
Right,
okay.
there you
You're
go.
like
Say,
that.
but you had me stumped for a second.
No. But I
Mark,
mean,
the
you
big
see-
difference is we're elected officials. That's what.
He's an elected official, isn't
Who?
he?
Who?
Oh,
Neither
yeah.
one of them are elected officials.
But even then, it's not necessarily just
That-
because
yeah.
you're an elected official.
Okay,
What
then
it
you
is
need to follow.
access.
Then both of us, all of us need to be here every day. Is that what you're saying?
I think we should. I honestly,
All right.
I do. I think commissioners, this should be just like everybody else. That you are here every day, because if somebody wants to get a hold of, like you, they know you well enough, they're gonna call you on your cell phone. Same way with Jake, same way with me. But I firmly believe this is, because without a doubt,
If they wanna
when
get
people
hold-
say this is like a 3-hour,
I come up
4-hour job,
No.
2 days a week, they've lost their mind.
No,
I come up
No,
here.
no.
doubt.
Yeah.
Tell you what,
So-
I come up here anytime Kelly needs me. Don't I, Kelly?
It's
If I'm in town.
Well, that, I mean,
an active job.
But anyway, that's just part of it.
okay, road and bridge, somebody always at the road and bridge building, just in case somebody had a question.
No,
Is there
ma'am.
somebody always at the road and bridge
Nope,
department?
nope. Now Dennis is out there quite a bit of the time now, but he's still.
Sure,
he's-
I'm
he's
just
out.
saying
Yeah.
that-
As long as you have access to someone,
It's
I
fine.
think you're gonna be good. But
And
right
just
now,
like-
you only got one person
Now
in
they got-
emergency management till after the first of the year.
Yeah,
And
okay.
there you go. There's that plus that I said.
Yeah,
that you
and
get two
and if we
people
can make
for
that
less
work,
money.
I'm not against it at all. I don't, just like here, I'm just talking about what it is for the office doing stuff. That's all.
Well, I think that comes down to
And I think Subby and him has done a
Work
great job.
description.
I think
job.
just like the weather deal, I think it's great when you're having storms or anything like that. It's a big thing, and he's very, very knowledgeable in it, and he teaches a lot. And I think some of that is good for public relations. But that's the reason why I think they're doing fine. I'm not hollering about anything they're doing. I'm just.
I mean, one of the good things is if no one is down there, the number goes directly to Mark's and
Phones.
possibly
Yeah.
Subby's phone too. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, in a way, it's always covered 24 hours a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I know they're taking calls at night too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, storms don't just happen between 8 and 4.
No.
Well, that's not just storm.
All right.
I mean, it's emergency
Sure.
in general.
So,
My only
Yeah,
concern
anything else we need to go
is
ahead
it
and get
the
done.
the grant does get canceled, and if that happens, we'll cross that bridge
That's
once we
kind
get
of what
there.
I'm.
right, but here's the other thought on the numbers, if you're talking about the wages that Mark put on here. Okay. He is not including the health insurance, all of the things. So that's why, so we're getting all of that. He's showing all of that as wage, whereas we're adding this 47 plus the 13.4. I mean, we're getting close to his numbers
Well,
for each individual.
yeah, well, it's
You're good.
Yeah.
These
Mark,
though.
I mean,
I
Yeah.
mean, these are your. I thought these were
Those
yours.
are my numbers.
Okay.
Those
Okay.
are
Okay,
my
so you're
'Cause that's what I thought.
not wanting these, not the ones that were written.
I'm going by this first set right here on this page. That's not what they were. Or that's
45,
not what Sub-
150.
Yeah,
you
that's
marked
what-
out, you made it 55 and 45 in. Is that what you did?
No.
No, I made 47 and 39.
Yes.
Oh,
And that's what we agreed upon.
The two numbers that I wrote in there were what they're currently making plus the 5%.
Right.
That's all that was.
Okay.
That I did that across
The
the board for
55
everybody. Mark
Nobody.
Hardin wrote those numbers.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
all good.
Yeah, I'm good with what I wrote. I mean, I am. I thought that was, and if,
That's
and if
what I was
something
basing
happens
off
and you
everything.
find
All right.
anything else, you want able to take it up, and you take it up.
Right.
The only thing you're going to have a problem with is if they applied for that, they said they got it, you're going to have to get that money back.
Well, that's what
You
I'm
turn
saying.
in-
They're
Hey,
so
Yeah.
hold on. They're not including
the insurance and all of that in their line here?
I don't think so.
Right, so when you add that 13.4 to these two numbers,
Right.
you're gonna be a whole lot closer to that 55 and 45 number that he's taken, what they were approved for and split in between them.
Yeah.
Does that make
And then when
sense?
we submit it, they reimburse, correct?
Right.
Yeah, we have to
Yeah.
submit, we have to
Right.
submit their wages and
Right,
everything.
right.
It's not just like, well, we'll give you that. No, you gotta submit what you're really doing.
Right,
Because
but
they're
I'm,
paid quarterly or.
But if
whatever.
you're just shooting through, then it's gonna end up with that thing.
this is what Mark figured and what they requested. But he wasn't figuring all the extra,
Benefits.
the employee benefit 13,400 for each employee.
Yep.
That was then. So once you add that, you're gonna be pretty close to Mark's numbers there.
Yeah.
I give it a thumbs up.
So we're going with 47 for the department head. Yes?
Yep.
Yes.
And 39.5.
Yes. Subby, right?
Yep.
Yep.
For extra personnel.
Okay.
Because that's gonna stay with the position, not the person. That's hard to wrap your head around something.
47,
It is.
47.
47, yeah.
That is hard to wrap.
39.5. All right.
That'll come back up for final approval whenever another one.
There we go. Do it. Okay.
It sounded like Dennis wanted to tweak his a little.
Yeah, he
bit,
is doing something.
But I already made copies for you guys of the other one that he had, so. I honestly haven't even looked at it. Did I add a GIS department to your guys' packet?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
That one's gonna need some serious eyeballs.
Now, who's doing the GIS of the
Well,
wages?
assessor,
We got
did
got
Doug,
huh?
isn't that Doug? The guy that they had in the vault down there?
This is one that's going to have a lot of discussion because I was not here when Scott came up and brought all of his stuff. I was gone for testing that day.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the intentions are.
I thought that's who he said.
I think he said that's the one that would make the most
Most
sense
sense.
because
Okay.
he's doing so much of it with it now.
So, and here's what y'all need to think about in that. I was not here for that conversation. I did go back and watch the video just so I kind of understood. Doug is a long-term employee. Doug is not coming in at starting wages in a department that you guys just created, that you have taken out of Scott's budget to fund as the county.
What does Doug make now? Because you're not going to be able to move him into that for less money.
Exactly.
What's his wages now?
And currently, that is from the assessor's side, who is reimbursed by the state. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys understood.
What's the figure?
Well, I'm looking.
Okay. Don't rush me.
Jesus, come on.
Remind me again why this is going to its own department.
You guys tell me. You approved it in January of last year.
and we didn't know anything.
I wasn't here for that, Jake.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep my words in my mouth. They may come out a little harsh.
Yep.
2408.
That's what he's making now.
20,000?
$24.08 an hour.
Oh, I was gonna say.
24? What's that come up a year? And then 2,400 something.
Based off of what, 2,080 hours?
Yeah, I believe something like that.
Kelly told us. Yeah, 2,080 hours.
50,086.
Well, for sure, he ain't gonna go over the photometry for 36.
I'd be willing to bet.
Huh?
I'd be willing to bet he's not.
Okay.
Say, I'll stay where I'm at.
But just listed, the 36 is the number I put in as a beginning employee, new employee hired it, and that's not. The 60 was what Scott put in there. But he said that was wages plus benefits. Well, this is a general revenue. That's not how that works. Wages or the benefits come out of general revenue, not the department line.
Was Scott just wanting to get this off his
Budget?
yes. Is that how this was?
I don't know what the end game was.
Hey, one of the things y'all be careful, everything we do in the assessor's office. Right now, we don't have to pay them, don't have to pull money out
Right.
because they're self-sufficient. Now, you give them money, you'll
You
do it
gotta
from
keep
then
giving
on.
it to
Right.
Then there is no end.
That's why I'm worried about taking.
You just
and
don't
making
want
this
to do
its
it.
own.
Huh?
That's why I'm worried about making this its own department.
But GIS is not included in the assessor's reimbursement. So any expenses that
Okay.
GIS, so Scott's been paying those expenses out of,
That's right.
had he been
See, he's
So-
been. Now he's
trying
gonna
to
pick
cut
up.
this. To avoid complications for reimbursement from the state in the future, the GIS made sense to pull out.
Okay. Thank you. That's
So would it
Back
be
in
cheaper to hire somebody to do this than to pay somebody 50 grand to do it and just leave Doug with Scott?
well. What's going to be their job assignment that's different than Doug's? I guess I'm not sure
Well,
what that is.
Doug-
You gotta remember some of Scott's, he's got a
Scott's
lot
got-
of stuff.
has told
He
me, I
does.
don't know how many times, that he actually he's doesn't have enough people in his office now.
Now,
He needs two, and he said he's trying to keep his money
Right.
down. So, I mean, that if he works for Scott, let Scott figure out what to do with him. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could probably find something for him to do, but I'm just wondering, instead of paying 50, now granted, you'd have to know what you're doing, but paying
you
him
ought
36.
you ought to go find
you're
somebody
saving
who knows
money.
more than Doug for less. He's top of
Well, I
mind.
don't think that's the goal. Is it something that
No.
you can learn? Is it something that,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, I had questions on here. Is this even a full-time position? Because we didn't know.
I asked him,
With what James had done before to now, is it even a full-time position? Is it, you know, I don't, that was my questions on this. Is it a full-time position? Benefits don't come out of the wages line in GR, so benefits should not be even
Figured in.
figured into that line. Obviously, for a person, you know, it's going to be around 13.5 for an individual.
could you do, because like I said, I don't know. Could you do GIS 3 days a week and then use Doug, but then the second 2 days he works in Scott office and let Scott pay him?
Well, I think that's some of the problems they had last year.
Well, they probably didn't keep track
Because
of
you
it.
can't use a guy, because when
But
they're
I
coming
mean,
in audited,
Right.
and
But I mean,
Nate
that
Scott
way-
is audited on it.
So
But if you kept it separate, his days, like if he works Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, he doesn't, no matter if he runs out of stuff to do, he does not go help Scott. He
I
just
think-
does this, and then that would keep it separate.
I think we need
Where
to
you
get
lose
Scott up
track
here
is
to
when
talk
he's
about
working doing the GIS stuff, then he doesn't have anything, then Scott says, hey, go do this.
This was, Scott handed, I guess, these things to you guys that day he was here. And the job descriptions of the individuals that was in his office. Each person, and the yellow was my understanding, was what happened, what his employees that are currently in his office does with GIS on a daily basis.
Oh.
So if you're lightening the load off all of these 4 people, because, right, so this one did this, well, now we're taking away that yellow, and we're taking away this yellow, and we're taking away this yellow on this employee, and we're taking, because we're combining that all into a GIS position, right? I would think that would, just looking at it, that looks like a full-time job
Full-time
to me.
job.
That's a big job.
Uh,
That's why I'm worried.
He told me when we went down to make lunch, that back deal, because I actually asked him, I said, I know you gave us that yellow paper. I said, but let's get the heart of the matter. Is this really a full-time job? He said it was. He said it's actually a little bit more. Than a full-time job.
I really think that is the toughest job he's got, because every one of them, or some of them are Indeed and everything else, because all that's got to be written down.
But if you made that job a full-time job and you took these responsibilities away from each of his employees who are in there now, that would free them up to do
more
the work that he needs done as the
Right.
assessor side.
Right.
So,
And that's what
to me, it only makes sense to have a full-time person in that position. Because you're fixing 2 issues.
Right.
I think we need to Scott is make sure what we're doing to do this and make it work. Because it needs to work for Scott, it needs to work for us. And the GIS, according to Liz, our baby, so we have to deal with it.
Yeah, you guys are the ones taking on the financial responsibility.
That's right. And
So
if
it
we're
has to
doing
be what you're willing to,
And I don't want to, just like Doug, I don't want to stick him in something like that and have him do all that, because I don't know for sure. We'll make sure Scott says that's what he does, all that stuff now.
I wasn't here for that conversation, so
And
I
that's
can't
what-
speak on it.
And that's why I want to make sure what we're talking about, because then Doug, it's going to take us 50 hard. It's going to be up there. To find somebody that can do all that.
Well,
'Cause you're
that's
gonna
just
go out and
it.
find somebody.
You're going to have to pay to
Training.
have somebody. to
Oh,
do
yeah.
that. You're going to pay them some money. So
Right.
that would be an extra $50,000,
Oh, yeah.
$60,000 or whatever, 113.
I mean, you're going to,
We'd be picking up.
but I don't want to, like I said, I think first off, we need to have Scott in here involved so we know what we're talking
I thought that's what,
about. Because I need to go by one today. I've got to.
oh, we can wait,
I can come
these are
back,
just
too.
ones that I want you guys to actually like really deeply think about and look at, because this is new.
Hey, Kelly, you say whenever we're taking on the financial responsibilities of GIS, we've always had the financial responsibility.
This is new.
It's giving that to Scott's.
That he didn't get reimbursed from. So
This new bill.
It was out of his.
It's out. It's assessor's
from
budget.
us or from the
He's- no,
state?
His budget.
His budget. And
That's why I was curious.
But see, I think the way I understood it, the state come in and says, God, you can't do that.
Which makes
I think
sense.
That's what's,
I guess
Egg
what
us
I was
all
just
on.
curious. We provide Scott.
You were not funded.
We don't give Scott any money.
The assessor's funded.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It comes from collections because he gets a percentage of the collections,
Okay.
and it comes from the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
because he gets. paid
Scott's
so
told me
much
this.
for
Rich.
each parcel.
That was back in June.
It's paid so much for
Actually-
the parcel.
I was working on the, I don't even know how this one got in there, but you can see where the assessors fund, and this is not correct, this is something Scott and I am working on, okay? So don't pay too much attention, but, so this is
the revenues for the assessment fund. So this is the assessment fund. So his revenues comes from state reimbursement. It comes from the collector's withholdings at this percent and the collector's withholdings if she reaches, you can only get $75,000. And then he gets some on mapping. He gets some miscellaneous, sell something. And then he gets interest income. So really, his biggest chunk comes from the taxes that we collect as a county.
Okay.
He gets that percentage. And then, I mean, really from the state, he doesn't get that very big. But this isn't actually from the county. This is what this can't go anywhere else. It has to go into the assessment.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So the 74,000 rounded up that for the budget last year, he's going to be gaining for this year.
No, we're not putting it in the assessor's budget.
Well, he's not going to be spending it to the GIS. Is what I'm guessing.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So his expense side is what you're saying won't be as. So this is like his expenses, which this is not correct. This is numbers that were. So in 24, this is what he spent. In 25 so far, this is what he spent. We still have a couple of payrolls. This is what was budgeted. Just
Right.
Because that was 26 numbers that we were. So you're looking at, this is what his total expense budget was for. So that will probably, yes, cut because we're taking some training, some mileage, so 73-ish, 4-ish. But here's the thing, you didn't have that employee
Right.
budgeted in the assessor's thing. So you already took that $55,000 expense when you put it in emergency management, because that was in general revenue, right? For his employee. You did that in January.
Yes.
That was never included in here.
Oh.
So if you take 55 from this or whatever it was that you originally budgeted, you're really only taking about 20 grand out of his budget. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
That is GIS expenses
Okay.
out of the assessment fund because the employee was already paid out of general revenue.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for explaining that.
Make sense?
Yeah. All right. Come up with a solution.
I'm going to make you guys.
Well, I want to we haven't got anything from Scott yet, have
We did. That's what I based these numbers off. I sent it back.
we? Oh.
So,
Well,
I'll show you the reason I sent it back, but I'm gonna make you guys kind of a cheat sheet so you can understand what we're. I know Jim knows what we're looking at.
no, nothing.
Now look at the. So I put the numbers that he gave me in. Look at the end result, and you'll understand why I sent it back. I'm going to give you both a copy of what I just showed you. So this is the assessor's fund budget. As if he turned it in, I put my numbers in and it spits me out this worksheet. So up on this line right here, it shows you the cash available as of December 31st of 2024. So this is what he started on January 1st, 2025 with. this is what he has received for 2025. This is what he has spent for 2025, right? So that's making his cash available currently, what he has in the bank, this right now. So the next thing it does is pull that cash available up to the top line. And then we put our estimated expenses or revenues for 26 and our estimated expenditures for 26. So we're showing this as a revenue, right? So we're bringing in 492,000. We're guessing, but and like I said, this one's not correct. I've sent it back. Deducted to spend 590,000, which is 100,000 more than
That's
what
what
he's going to be bringing in, right?
I heard this already.
So it's this. So that would have left him beginning January 1st of 2027 with $921.77, and you can't even make a payroll on that. You have to have, just like we started in 24, you have to have enough to make, your first employee's payroll and pay any bills that you can, because he doesn't receive all of his money. It'd be great on January 1st of 2026.
Okay.
That money comes in a little at a time all year long, right?
Mhm.
So it's not like you just dump this big pot of money into his pot and now he can pull from it all year. And that's not how the budget process works.
Okay.
He would only be starting the beginning of the year with this in his budget if we had ran his budget the way that he submitted it.
Okay.
So does that make sense? And I just wanted you guys to have a copy of this so that, not necessarily because it's the assessor, so that you were familiar with what you were looking at. While that system is good, this is the one that the state requires that we send. And this is easier because I have more experience with this, because this is what I've used since I started here, as that wasn't. I actually, that came in 2013. So I understand this, looking at this, because it puts it all right in front of me. And so our budget book that we do, that's what we use this format for, because it makes it. So I put all the numbers into my budget to make it make sense. And well, it tells you right away, that's not going to work. But I wanted you to be familiar with what this actually showed you. It shows you your previous year, what you started with, what you received, what you expended, and then it shows you your projection for 2026.
Why did you think you were going to spend $100,000 more?
Because he thought he had $100,000 to spend, because this is what he ended the year with. So he was like, "Oh well."
I still got
That-
well,
and yours and my checkbook, it would work like that, because my income is a steady income monthly. Every month I know I'm going to get this, whereas his isn't. He gets some of it in January, and then he might get something in his every quarter from the state. And that a county budget is not like your own budget. It just isn't. And you can't spend if you didn't budget for it to spend. If you only budgeted 100,000, but you accidentally received 150,000, it doesn't matter. You still only budgeted to spend 100,000.
You're saying next year, 2006, you're estimating him to get in 483,000, right?
This is not my numbers. These were the numbers that were provided
Yeah,
to me.
right. But I mean, that's what he's expecting, right?
492.
Your
483.
total down
Well,
here.
yeah, but I'm just looking up here on this stuff here.
Well,
Some
but
of
this is also
interesting
things that
income. Yeah, you should.
that's his revenue.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Wishful thinking.
I think, well, even
Scott, he was working off that worksheet, and so I thought, how can I show him in black and white what that's going to do? So that's why I went ahead and put him in, and I said, look at it this way. This is this, and he was like, well, that makes perfect sense. Let me take that back. So,
This is what
he
told him.
got it. No, this is not what I told him.
All this stuff here.
Those are the numbers he brought to me to begin
All
with.
this. Okay.
I put him in that spreadsheet so he could see what his numbers would do.
This spreadsheet. Okay.
Yes, this. I put him in this
Oh, okay.
so that he could see what it would do to his budget.
Yeah.
And it was easier for him to visualize what that actually did.
He must be giving his people pretty good raises for 26. Like 70 grand more.
That's where
I don't think that's.
you guys will have to look at that. But he said he may have to hire somebody.
Well, if he gets rid of that, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Not at that wage, I wouldn't think, but that'll be for you guys for him to actually come up and explain.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody has that big of a increase,
Right.
come tell me why,
Right.
and then we'll decide whether or not that's legit. So
Is Doug considered a mapper now?
I think so.
Or-
He's one too.
I honestly don't know. I
Okay.
can't speak for somebody else's office. I don't. That'd be like you guys coming and telling me what Amy
Oh, I
does.
see.
Right. Yeah. That's
Doug,
You
he
know.
knows everything about it.
well. The reason I'm
When it comes
asking
to go
is
back.
descriptions. I'm just trying to figure out who's doing
Who's
what.
doing what?
Yeah.
And there does seem to be a lot of GIS crossover in two of those positions,
Yeah.
especially.
Yeah.
Which is what I was looking at with the job descriptions. Once you pull all that yellow out
Yeah.
from his already employees,
Yeah.
that's a full-time job. 100%.
Cause see, he's got Kim, and who else he got in? He's got
Kim, Luke, Susie,
Luke,
Lila.
He's got
Doug.
5. Yeah, he's got 5 employees plus James till the end of the year. All right.
Oh, I guess
so-
he is.
But Luke goes out. Scott goes out.
Well, Doug's always been an appraiser. I mean, Doug's gone out. Doug
Yeah.
goes out.
Doug
Yeah,
does.
he's done that too.
Okay.
I mean, Doug, he can do about all of it. That's for sure.
The division will have to be made. Yes, this is still your boss. But this is now the job as opposed to like the crossover. I mean, are they going to answer a mapping question? Yes, the assessor's office. It's just like elections. Mine's county clerk and election authority. We're all encompassing. We all are trained one way or the other, but you have that individual who deals with elections, and that's So
I like that.
Okay.
like I said, some counties, their GIS is at 911. I mean, it has nothing to do with the assessor. Some in the county clerks. Why? I don't know, but who would have been like, hey, I'm the clerk that wants to take on GIS? I'm nuts. I got enough to do. So there's no,
Way down here. Who we have here?
I don't have anything else.
During the thing, the motion adjourned.
I'll make a motion. Then we adjourn.
Second. As long
It's
as
been made second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion